Hello friends, Marv Eisen here from Timeless Dollar Trading Academy, and today I want to talk about how to trade conservatively. Now, one thing is for sure, nobody knows where the market is going to go. However, there are some conservative ways to trade that work most of the time. Not all the time, because nothing works all the time, but most of the time. Now, first of all, you have to know how to read the market, and that takes experience in looking at the market. You know, if you're just starting to trade, I highly recommend that you paper trade. I'm sure you already know this, but let's talk about how to enter a trade conservatively. Now, I'm going to draw on last week's trading from Monday, August 12th, up to the following Friday. So starting on Monday, August 12th, this is the S&P E-mini, a 3-minute chart. And you'll see this trading zone. I have my trading zone drawn out on the chart, and I have the previous close. This was Friday's close, the previous Friday. And also vertical blue line. You see this vertical blue line? Well, this vertical blue line is at the 1030 mark, And I just want to call your attention to the intraday high or low prior to 1030. So remember, I'm talking about how to trade conservatively. So in this video, I want to illustrate how to use the intraday high or low plus the 1030 mark to know where to enter a trade. Now, here on Monday, August 12th, the market opened right about over here at 53.83. Now, you know that with the market declining, it would be a pretty good bet, since the gap, the previous close, was right down at 53.69. Would be a pretty good bet for a gap trade. Now, gap trades are also a conservative trade most of the time. Remember, nothing works all the time, but always seek out the gap trade when it's available. Hop on, make yourself a few points. It's a great trade. That's a bread and butter trade for all you beginners out there. Bread and butter trade. If you learn nothing else about trading, learn about the gap trade. Okay, so now back to this vertical blue line at 1030. So at 10 o'clock, just about 10 o'clock, the market put in what was to be the intraday low. We don't know yet. And at the open, it put in, at this point, it was the intraday high. So which is it? Is the market going to take out the intraday high or the intraday low? So I'm suggesting you wait till after 1030 to determine which one it is. So after 1030, we see that the market took out the previous high that was put in right at the open, took out the previous high, and this would be a pretty good place to get on to take a trade to the upside. Okay, conservative trade. Wait till 1030. Now, I know it's difficult. You're itching to hit that buy button or sell button, but nevertheless, wait until 1030. Again, this is a conservative method of trading. And there's a lot of psychology involved in trading too. I talk about this so much on my course, but if you want to trade conservatively, and if you don't want to go for the swing for the fences, look for the conservative trades, the gap trade and the intraday high and low after 1030 trade. Okay, so again, here's Tuesday, August 13th. The market put in a low, the morning candle, the opening candle, and at 1030, what do we see? Well, at 1030, did it take out the morning low? No, it just matched the morning low. And after 1030, we see what happened. Well, at 1030, at about 11 o'clock, quarter 11, it starts to take out the intraday high that was put in at 950. So this would be an indication that would be a pretty conservative bet to trade to the long side again, because we took out the previous high. We waited until 1030. We waited an hour after the market was open to see about what the market is going to do after the early morning volatility. You know, that up and down stuff, this stuff over here, okay? We never know where the market is going to go. Let's go over to Wednesday. And again, on Wednesday, I put in again. You see, there was a gap trade opportunity, and the gap did fill. In fact, it filled just about at 10:30, at 9:35, this second candle right over here. It hit the gap, moved back up, but nevertheless, the gap trade was there. But nevertheless, we wait until after 1030. Now, what happens after 1030? After 1030, it's a little tricky. We wait until 1030 The market takes out the morning low, which was put in previously at 1012, quickly recovered, and then moved up from there. So again, moved up to the gap. Pretty difficult to tell on Wednesday, but nevertheless, after 10:30, there's an indication. What are we going to do? Well, at 10:30, we take out the intraday high right over here. Right over here. You see, we took out the intraday high, the morning high that was put in at the opening candle. We took it out right over here at about, what time was this? 11:30. So again, it takes a lot of patience. And you know what? My videos, I always say use lots and lots of patience. So the intraday high was put in at the opening candle. Intraday low was put in just about at the 10:30 line. It was 10:33. But nevertheless, these were the 2 points to watch. Right over here, the intraday high that was put in at the open, and the intraday low that was put in just at 10:30. Which one is going to be taken out? And the intraday high, this one, was taken out right over here at 11:30. And we could ride the rest of the day up. And of course, using the Taylor trading zone, in this case, the trading zone was dead accurate, and get off right at the trading zone resistance. Let's move further forward to Thursday. And here we are, Thursday, August 15th. Let me bring my chart up to there. Now, there was morning news, very good morning news at 8:30 pre-market. You see this candle pre-market. But nevertheless, we're going to wait until 10:30. The intraday low was right about over here at 52.27. And the market didn't take it out, but we wait until 10:30 to make a judgment. And at 10:30, the intraday high, which was right over here, was taken out. Taken out after 10:30. We ride the rest of the day up. Again, a long trade. Conservative trade. We wait to see where the market is going. Let's move over to Friday, August 16th. And on August 16th, again, wonderful opportunity for a gap trade. Now, the market opened right over here. Right over here was where the market opened, below the trading zone support. Rode up to the gap for a very nice gap trade. You get off at the gap. If you're playing the gap trade, don't be greedy. Play the gap, get off, made your money, terrific. Again, we wait for the 10:30 mark. 10:30 mark, and we see that the intraday low was put in right at the open, again, right over here. And the intraday high was put in just before 10:30, about 10:15 over here. We wait. The market goes down, goes down, goes down to right over here. Okay, we see right over here at about 10:45, but does not take out the intraday low. Remember, intraday low is right over here. This candle did not take it out. So, wait, it didn't take it out. We have to wait to see if it takes this out or if it takes the intraday high out. This is the intraday high, and it did take the intraday high out right about over here. Again, about 11:30. Takes a lot of patience. These are conservative trades, and if you have the patience and you want to trade conservatively, this is how I suggest you do it. Put a vertical line at your 10:30 mark. Whether you use the Taylor trading zone or not, Taylor trading zone is a more advanced technique. Many people use it, especially professional traders. I wouldn't trade without the Taylor trading zone on any particular day. So let's go over to what's going to happen on Monday. Now on Monday, I have my chart for the S&P open. Now remember, the E-mini is a construct. It's an artificial construct of where the S&P is likely to go. S&P is the guiding force. Now on the S&P, we see the Friday candle. This is a one-day chart. Here's our Friday candle. Now notice we closed the previous two gaps, and I pointed this out in previous videos. This gap over here and this gap over here, we took those out. But now we have a gap that opened last week, and we have Friday's candle that just came up just about even to the previous high. So are we going to close the gap before we move higher? We'll have to see. Back to my 3-minute chart of the E-mini. I have it set up to give you an inclination of where my trading zone is for Monday. Support and resistance is resistance up here at 56.12, support at 55.70 or thereabouts. And I get this information from my Taylor trading calculator that just gives me the numbers in the yellow columns, automatically calculates it. I go back and I put this information on my chart every day. I draw it out prior to the market opening, and I know exactly where the market is likely to trade. And I use this as a guide. I'm a believer in numbers, and you should be a believer in numbers too. You can't believe in sentiment. Sentiment drives the market, and that's why you can't ever know where the market is going to go. Numbers are definite. Numbers are positive. Sentiment is not. So use the trading zone. If you know how to use it, if you have the trading calculator, that's great. Use the gap trade. Always indicate a horizontal line, as I do on my chart. Always put a horizontal line where the previous day's close is, and wait for that 10:30 candle. Again, this is for very conservative trading. So that's my video for today. Thanks so much for watching. Trade safely, use lots of patience, and I'll see you in my next video. Marv Eisen for Timeless Dollar Trading Academy.